Hello, everyone all across the globe. I still remain your host, Laurel Zeru, and this is Laura Style TV, celebrating gifts, celebrating stars. Laura Style TV, voice of the people. And I have someone already in the house, Bob Daniel. Hello, how you doing? On today's segment of Word of Truth, we decided to go live. I want to treat a very, very important topic today. And I'm very, very sorry I took time for some personal reasons. I think the network was having issues. And I have my friend in the house, Amechi, the opposing party. And on today's segment, as you all know, if you are just joining me, if you're just joining us today, the topic we are treating today is how to recognize a well-dressed, mentally derailed person. So, and one of the reasons I decided to pick this topic is because I know a lot of people all across the globe, a lot of people worldwide, we have this attitude of getting ourselves into a relationship, even though we know there's a problem, even though we know this person might have an issue. Like you are in a relationship with someone and you discover there are some weird attitude that this person keeps displaying, but you still feel because he's well dressed, because she is well dressed, you have this mindset that this person is normal. And aside that, I want a lot of people to understand one thing, that the truth is this: if right here in Nigeria, if this mental health medication or mental health test is made very affordable, sincerely speaking, a lot of people will discover that most of the people they've been associating with, most of the people they've been having misunderstandings, you keep asking yourself, why is this guy, why is this lady, why is she this way, why does she do this, why is she like this? You just get to find out that they are not mentally stable. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. So now I have someone in the house. He's going to be the opposing party for today. And then we have some other guests coming in one after the other. We have a medical personnel, like 2 or 3 medical personnel. We also have a youth. His name is Austin Namani. He'll be in too to talk. So wherever you are listening to me, I just want you to understand one thing, that this mental health of a thing, it is something a lot of us really need to look into. It's not just about someone who is having mental issues and the person is in the marketplace that makes it, those are not the only people who are mentally derailed. There are so many people wearing good outfits, just like you and me, and they are not mentally stable. That is just the truth. Now, I would like to tell a lot of people this today. Here are the signs. Here are things you can look towards. Like if you're in a relationship and the person is acting weird, mostly the domestic violence kind of thing, you need to look into the person's attitude when it comes to, even if you are just dating for the first time, even if you're dating this person and you figure out that this person is not, this person is behaving a little bit weird, or he's always violent, always every little thing, she just destroys so many things. You need to check it. Maybe the person is not stable. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to have to start with a story, and I want you to look at this story. I want you to look at this story and tell me if you see this person as someone who is mentally stable. This happened, I think this happened 6 years ago. A lady called Blair, she had 4 kids, and she came back one day to discover that one of her children was actually molesting the youngest child in her house. So what actually happened was that when she heard something like that, she was really, really angry. She felt bad about the whole thing. She asked the boy, who did this to you? And the boy said, my brother. So what she did was she practically decided to kill the guy, the young teenager. She killed the boy. Then later again, she discovered another, I think maybe after like 2-3 months later, she found out the other one as well was still molesting the other. I think the daughter was molesting the other child, the same boy. So when she discovered this, what she did was she decided to kill that girl as well. And she put them in a freezer for 3 good years. For 3 good years. So now my question is this. I want to ask you a question. No matter how they must have hurt her, no matter what they have done to her, is it sensible? As in, is it normal? Is it normal for a normal human being to kill not just an outsider but her own children, no matter what they must have done to her? It's not her right to take their lives, but she killed them and she placed them in a deep freezer and she kept them there for 3 good years until they got to discover that was what she did. You understand? So even when she was arrested and they asked her what happened in the court, what she said was she would do it over and over again. You get what I'm saying? So now I want to ask you normal.
Yeah, Laura, I would tell you, looking at things glowing globally around us now, I tell you that everyone is not mentally stable. When you look at things around us and when you look at the story of Michelle Blair,
okay,
before she popped up and started telling you that, okay, she will do that all over and all over again. She has a reason for that. So if I tell you everyone is not mentally stable, you should know for sure that everyone is not mentally stable.
I'm mentally stable. Maybe
no. I don't want to say that everyone is mentally stable. When you see every attitude that everyone does on this planet Earth, everyone is not stable. Going to our leaders and everyone who are in the hierarchy, you know that, okay, yes, we are not mentally stable. Even in regards to people leading us, we are not mentally stable. The question you should be asking yourself is this: what led this? That is the question you should be asking yourself. Okay. So saying that if Miss Blair, okay, who said she will be doing this all over and all over again, and just asking herself what to do, that's the big question begging for an answer.
Okay, we have guests. Like one of our guests, Mrs. Noye. Yeah, I want to hear from her. I know she has been waiting. Sister Noye, I'm so sorry. How you doing now?
Hi, good evening, guys.
How you doing now? This is
I'm fine, thank
Sister
you.
Noye. She's not just a radio diva, she's also a medical personnel, a nurse. So, Sister Noye, how you doing now? How everything?
Fine, thank you. You're doing wonderfully. I love the show. I love the topic, and I think it's something the public would learn a lot from. So let's do this.
Sure. The story I was talking about, this is a story about a lady that actually killed her kids. Okay, she has 4 children. This happened 6 years ago. Because I'm trying to make people understand that a lot of situations you see, a lot of people, the kind of reaction they display is not, they are not mentally stable. But people just see it as a normal thing. Like take, for example, the issue with this late singer and her hobby. I don't know if you're able to recollect what happened, but I don't want to call, when her husband was like, the children of this late singer, they said their father would tell them it is good to beat a woman. So now I'm like, a normal person cannot say such a thing. A normal person, someone who is mentally stable, cannot tell you that you should do what, that it is good to beat your children. Now, let's go back to the American lady I was talking about, because when I watched this video over and over again, I said to myself, not okay. Okay, what actually happened was that she came back home, she saw her child, the youngest child of, I think out of 4 kids, the youngest child was actually, displaying this sexual behavior. And when, where, and how did you get to learn something like this? And all he could say was, my brother was doing this to me. So she felt really bad. So after, I think, was it that same day, what she did was she killed the boy. Then, not just that, I think after a month or 3, after killing the boy, she also did the same killing. I think she killed her other child because of the same experience. Yeah, they were molesting their younger brother. So she felt really bad. I know she had this experience in the past. You understand? Well, the funniest part of it all was she put them in a deep freezer for 3 good years. As in, for 3 good years. So now I'm trying to make people understand that it's not just about you questioning this lady, why did you do this? Why did you do that? The thing is, they need to understand one thing, she's not mentally stable. There are some things, even no matter how I know there's an incident that happened years back to, like, I think I was a kid then, when my mom was like, I think if you could remember Marvin Gaye, his father shot him because the father was actually a reverend father, and the father shot him because of what he did, being that he sang a worldly song, being that the father is born again, reverend father, people look up to him, like, and kind of thing. He was going out of those things that his father does. So now that one is a different thing. That one is a different thing. He shot him. But this one, I'm talking about someone she took time. She used heavy objects to kill them. Like, she kept on stoning this guy, hitting him with different objects. He died. Then she had to tie them and put them in a deep freezer for complete 3 years. So this is a bit weird. So a lot of people, I how you see this incident. How do you see it? Is such a person normal? Being that you're a medical personnel, how do you see it, man?
Well, I've heard all you said. Thank you very much. I want to believe we all need to understand that everyone at some point displays a level of what we call neurosis. I don't know. Is my audio okay? Can you hear me perfectly?
I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly.
Okay. So
yes,
there are two major types of mental illness. We have the neurosis and we have the psychosis.
Okay.
So when it comes to neurosis, we all, like you and I, display neurotic symptoms or neurotic attitude most times, in fact, all the time. But the extreme of it jumps into what we call psychosis, which is the real mental illness that everyone would easily recognize. Neurosis, as one of the forms of mental illness, can be as simple as anger issues. It can be as simple as obsessive disorder, when an individual is so obsessed with something. When you see an individual who is obsessed with shopping, who is obsessed with taking tea, who is obsessed with a lot cleanliness, I'm just giving you examples. That could be a
Okay.
neurotic disorder. Anger issue is a neurotic disorder. There is this one I want to remember now, but
Okay.
when I remember, I'll mention it. So it could be as simple as that. And anger and some of these things are things that we all live with. We all exhibit at some point, and we don't see it as mental illness. I'm sure you have been angry with somebody today, or maybe yesterday, or 2 days ago. Did you see yourself as mentally unstable? No, you
No.
don't, because you don't see it as a mental illness. But in the true sense, it is part of it. When you now see somebody exhibiting these things to the extreme, then you now
Yes.
start calling them, oh, this person is actually mentally derailed. Do you understand what I'm saying? So why am I
Yes.
explaining this? The reason why I'm saying this is the fact that a lot of people are actually mentally unstable and we don't know, because some of these things are things we consider as normal.
Wow.
Of course, so many people out there need
Yeah.
what we call psychotherapy. Psychotherapy is the kind of therapy you put an individual who has imbalance, who is exhibiting an imbalance in his psychological state. You have to put that person through what we call psychotherapy. Do you understand me? So a lot of people out there actually need psychotherapy. Someone, for instance, someone who exhibits so much anger, who has serious anger issues, needs psychotherapy. And psychotherapy is one of the therapies you use for a mentally unstable person. So you see somebody who is always struggling with forgiveness. You see somebody who is always struggling with letting things go. You see somebody who will get angry and be ready to break things in the house. You see somebody who will get angry and a voice in his head will be telling him, strangle that person. All these are symptoms of mental instability, but people don't recognize it. So it is not until the person is naked on the streets, because a lot of people will say, oh, mad people are those who are naked on the streets, who are drinking from the gutters, eating from the dumping ground, who look so tattered and all that. These are the people you consider as mentally unstable because you call them mad. But there are so many people who are equally mentally unstable that are your friends, your church members, your neighbors, your family members, even your spouse. But we don't recognize it because some small or little symptoms of mental instability they are exhibiting, we are still seeing it as normal. The day they will now do the big one, like that person that killed the children, that is when you will now start suspecting. But in the real sense, the individual was already doing some things which you saw as normal. Do you understand my analogy?
I do. In fact, it's just as it's so clear because I think it's going on and off, and I think the other guest is coming in. Can you help us to? Hello. The truth is, there was an incident that actually happened between me and someone. I told this person, I told him, I said, hello, are you aware? Are you, as in, okay, I told, what actually happened was I hosted, we were talking. This person they brought someone for me, like a model to act with me in the movie. It's a TV series actually. So this guy came. The first thing I looked at was the dressing, though he dressed real good. Sincerely speaking, he was looking good, flashy. The weird part was he was dressing even more than we. You understand? That actually hosted the show. So, but There's something weird about him. When you talk to him for some time, he will just warn you, like, don't you want to do that there? Like, you know, he did that to the first person, he did that to the second person, he did that to the third person. Then he did that to me, the organizer of the show. So I didn't say a word. I just kept quiet. So a lot of people were
Sorry,
like,
what was it doing? What did it do?
okay, he would just tell you, okay, you might be talking to him now, and or maybe you ask him a question. The question you might ask him, I just tell you, okay, I know you've been acting for a long time. Okay, don't be too. Okay, I think the noise is. Can you hear me well? Can you hear me clearly?
I
Music
can hear
perfect.
you. There is somebody with background noise there, background
Okay.
sound.
Now we are in a full house. Let me welcome everybody. Sister, no verse. Make I welcome everybody.
No, it's
Music
fine. Go
perfect.
ahead, please.
Austin, how you doing now?
I'm
Can
very
you hear me?
fine. Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
How you doing now? How things? Let's say Dr. Gabriel. Did they hear me? I think the noise is coming from his own side. It's coming from his own side.
I don't think he is, though. I'm not
No,
making.
not you. It's coming from his own side. So okay, this guy. Can you mute your mic? Are you making use of mic? Hello, can you hear me, everyone?
Yes,
I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Okay, let me continue. Okay, what actually happened? Let me start afresh. What actually happened was that I hosted a series and I invited people. So along the line, when I invited people for this show, I told the director to help me get someone. So when he got someone for me. The truth is, the guy he got for me was acting real weird. Like every little thing he will warn you, don't you ever do that again. Even if it's so, he will just warn you. So hello. I think the network is bad here. Hello. I think you muted
Hi.
though. Okay, you can hear me. Okay. Now,
Yeah, I
so
can.
okay, what actually happened was he kept on warning everyone. First part was when I told him, I said too seriously. I told him, I said, you don't take this movie thing, as in this acting stuff, don't take it too seriously. Don't take it too seriously. You're supposed to be, it's a comedy. It's not something too serious. It's not something you need to fight. So he was like, I used to ask before. I was like, the response was a bit odd. So it was later after the shoot, I told my colleagues, I said, this guy, this guy no normal low. And they were like, it's normal, there's nothing wrong with him. Would you believe after he killed someone? He killed someone after 2-3 months. We heard it. It was all over the news, all over the place, on the internet that he killed someone. So
you mean the same guy?
Yes, the same guy. So I was so happy because somehow something happened. We had to pause. We had to pause the show. I was now thinking about it. I said to myself, so now let's take, for example, let's say we're acting a scenario where we give him knives or a knife to play a bad guy or so one serious part like that, or maybe a sharp object. Let's just something like that. And he grabs you, being that he was thinking he might be thinking it's a serious issue, might be thinking it's a fight. Why you take it as a book, you know? So I'm trying to make people understand that most of these issues, now may God help us. We need to. I think we have a guest. This thing is fluctuating. I'm sorry for using this platform. I'm sorry for using this platform. Victor, can you hear me? This platform is really frustrating, the whole thing. Can you hear me, Sister Noya?
I can. I can hear you.
Okay. So I don't know. I'm trying to make Victor talk, but Victor,
So,
can you hear
I
me?
apologize. I can hear you, but the network keeps breaking in and out. I apologize.
No problem. The network is so bad here. Sincerely speaking, the network is terrible. Very, very terrible. Can you hear me? So, what's your opinion about this topic? What do you have anything to say, Victor? I think another guest. Fisayo, please come help us. Don't know, this thing is giving me issues. Okay. Is he going? Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me
Hi.
now?
Yeah, Victor, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Dr. Gabriel.
I've been trying to come online
Doc-
and I don't know what is going on, but right now I've been able to connect.
Okay, we can
Hello,
hear
can you
you.
hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. God bless you. Thank you.
It's frustrating us. Hello.
I think you should let Dr. Gabriel speak since Victor is offline.
Yeah. The network is even. I can't even hear him talk. I think the network at his end is so bad too. Dr. Gabriel, can you hear me? Oh man, the network is bad. Amichi, so what do you have to say about this?
Miss Ronya said it all
Hello?
by giving different instances.
Hello?
Okay.
By what I stated earlier on, by saying everyone is still mentally derailed, irrespective of
Hello? Can you hear me
everybody
now?
might see it as from different angle, because she stated we are still going back to what happened, Miss Blair, and instances about people who are mentally derailed. She stated it also in a way whereby you see people, it's not by okay the way they look, the way they approach you. You should that come into them, they start behaving abnormal. So in regards to this, I tell you that okay, it's already in our DNA. Everyone is mentally derailed.
I'm not part of it. I'm not crazy.
Because as
No,
a medical
it's not.
practitioner,
You say, Sister Noye?
Well, he's getting it wrong. It's not in our DNA.
Sister Ronya, I will tell you that I'm not getting it wrong, because when I'm telling you I'm not getting it wrong, it depends on where you are coming from. Because when we talk about Miss Blair, she gave a lot of instances why she will still repeat doing sort of things time after again, because she has a clear reason. Because she said this molestation issue to her parent. Her parent said nothing about it. Will you tell me her parent is mentally okay, mentally stable?
Okay. I think I didn't tell her about that. The truth is, her history indicates that she was molested by a man while she was still living with her mom. But her mom, nothing about
And
it.
that I'm sure that experience has affected her psychologically, which has made her mentally unstable, and that is why she needs to seek help. There is something we call post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. When you've gone through an horrible experience in the past or even in the present, it has a tendency of having an imprint on your psyche. And once it has an imprint on your psyche, it starts shaping the way you make decisions surrounding things that has to do with that. It starts shaping the way you act when it comes to issues like that. For instance, for someone who has experienced an horrible experience as rape in the past, maybe as a child or as a teenager, you now see that person wanting to kill a man in the future, or you see that person wanting to hurt a man, or you see that person being scared of men and being so wicked to men. That shows that the past experience with men in that rape incident has had an imprint on the psychological pattern of that person, which has made him or her mentally unstable. And that person needs psychotherapy. That person needs help. Thank God I mentioned psychotherapy when I spoke the other time. That does not have anything to do with the statement you're making that everybody is mad. No, everybody is not mentally derailed. Everybody is not mentally unstable. There are various levels to
Hello? The network.
The only problem is just that what I was trying to make you understand is that the reason why people don't easily recognize people who are mentally unstable is because the first set of symptoms they will be exhibiting will look normal to us. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That was why I was giving you the levels of neurosis that graduates to psychosis. The first set of symptoms they'll start exhibiting are symptoms that will first of all look normal to us, and then it start graduating, and later you now start seeing them exhibiting the extremes of it, which is the psychosis. And that is where you start seeing somebody who will graduate from just being depressed and unhappy to suicidal thoughts and then suicide. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it graduates gradually. So when you see somebody who exhibits an anger issues,
something that is not
so often,
bad.
you know, you will see it as normal. Oh, he's just being angry. But the day that person will kill a man out of anger, then you start seeing it as abnormal. But that does not mean that everybody who gets angry is mad. Do you understand me? So I want you, I don't know your name, the person, the opposing guest, I want you to get this right so that you don't quote me wrongly. And I'll also like the other guests to also speak. Anyways,
I'm getting you right, and you are the one that is not getting me right here, because why I said you are not getting me right is this: because if we are living in a world of mentally stable people, we won't be seeing chaos. We won't be seeing disasters happening around us. So I guess in this regard, I will tell you that, okay, we all are not still mentally stable, because there are a lot of instances. You gave it yourself. It's already in our DNA. That is why we have good and bad.
It's not, I'm not part of them. He's the only one.
So if you are saying that, okay, we all are mentally stable, then why are we having changes?
Let's hear from Dr. Gabriel.
Hello, sir.
Dr. Gabriel.
Hello, sir. Can I say something here, sir?
Good evening, no, bro.
Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, I guess you're not getting her message.
I got a message right.
Because,
no,
okay,
he's
now
not
what
getting
she's
my
trying
message
to
at all.
see,
in the world of
what she's
Kuma,
trying to pass across is there are people you see, even in their appearance, you don't see the, oh, this person is so welcoming, is so homey. But when you now have one-on-one conversation or a talk with such person, you'll find out that there's something wrong about this person. Now, you that have the understanding of what mental health is all about, you'll be able to manage such person. Like exactly. I have somebody around me. He's one of my member, and every now and then the unit he belongs, they complain, oh, this person is always acting awkwardly, always challenging. Then one day I told them, you might act the right way today, and you see somebody else in another attitude or behavior. How do you manage such people? You understudy them. You understand some people that have mania condition. Some people can talk from now till tomorrow. Now, this same case can graduate to another level that has to do with schizophrenia, and that's to do with brain condition. And if you know the working of these cells, okay, I guess this is the condition this person is suffering from. You know how to manage them. But after sensitizing them, I found out for about a month now, they could understand. I think this person, this is who this person is. When he start talking, they ignore him. They don't even respond. But he found out that they don't even answer me. He tries to calm down. I called him. I said, young man, hey, this is how to do this. This is how to do this. And we know it's a condition. And now you see, somebody who has found himself in that position as a father and a mother, they trained him and he's grown up to an adult level. You can't change such person. It's not a magic. You can't change such person overnight. It has to do with series of education, series
Dr.
of
Gabriel,
counseling.
I have a question to ask.
Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Gabriel.
The network is bad.
I'm with you.
Yeah. I have a question in regard to what you just said right now. Because you said, like I told you earlier on, I said in the world of normal, people are not behaving the same way they are behaving. They tend to call him abnormal, right?
Okay.
And with the way you have been saying medically, you are saying from the terms of medical aspect. And I will also tell you from the terms of medical aspect. I also stated it, you said it. It's inside of our DNA. What is not inside of our DNA? We can't display it out. It's already inbuilt.
Hello, sir. Will you agree with me?
So when I say it's already inbuilt, that doesn't yes.
Hello, sir. Will you agree with me that some of this behavioral change in some humans, some people that you see out there, it's not as a result of DNA? Do you agree with me?
I disagree with you, because I disagree with you. You know, today you said that you have a leader. Are you listening? Yep.
I'm with you, sir. I'm with you, sir.
Leader globally.
Let me tell you something.
They are mentally
stable,
like we
now,
stated.
Let me give you an instance. Let me give you an instance of a child who is from a very good home.
Can I ask you one question?
A well-cultured home, brought up in a very beautiful and wonderful family. Then after his SSC, this young man went to school. And his first year in school, he had a mixed up with some both good and bad people. Then he doesn't smoke while he was with the parents. Now the parents, they don't smoke, they don't drink, they are godly people. Now today, this young man is like, I don't know how to describe him. He has lived a kind of life outside, opposite of what he knew the family to be. Now every day, what they do now, wait, let's listen now. Every day what they do now, they go to different altars. Oh, pray for my son. My son wasn't like this. Oh, do this for me. We can't even control him again. This is why we still talk about education. What you try to stop your children from that they are not used to. When they go out there, they meet some friends or mix up with people, and they try to show them this thing that your parents refuse you to see or get is a good thing. It's better for your health. And at the end, is not turning a danger, becomes something that will harm the life of that young person. Will you tell me that this is a DNA something? It's not a DNA something.
I really disagree.
People can be influenced. People can be influenced. People can change. A lot of things that are associated to mental health has to do with associate. Has to do with the people we relate with. Most of them is not only from the substances we inject into our body. It could be communication, and that is what the Bible says. Evil communication corrupt good manners. We have people today. Listen, when I went to neuropsychiatric hospital for a 6-month training in Kaduna, the very day we resumed, you see this lady, well dressed, looks so gorgeous, beautiful. And when we entered the ward, she asked me to shake her hand, unknown to me that she has mental problem. She's one of the patients in the hospital. I was thinking it's a staff. I didn't want to shake the hand. The next thing I saw was a very heavy slap on my face. Very heavy slap. I shouted. When I looked back, immediately the doctor rushed in. This is people that came to do practice here. Why? They now told me, when she said shake me, I should have had a handshake with her, not to turn her down. So she felt she was embarrassed. But you know, when I later now,
Dr. Gabriel, can I come in right now? Yeah, this is very interesting. According to people who are taking care of this this woman that is healed, and she said you should shake her and you refuse to shake her. then the next thing you receive was a heavy slap on your face, right? And
That's
which
right.
shows that if you have done what she wanted, would you have received that slap? In that case too,
Now listen. That's to tell you, I am mentally sound. Number one.
No.
A physician. Wait, listen. A physician. Can you listen to me? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. No, we see. We are not here to fight. We are here to drive the message across.
We are here to learn.
I believe. Hello, sir. I believe we have. Can you listen? I believe we have number of people watching this program. Maybe now or later. We must drive the right message across. If what we are selling to the people is not what will impact their life, we are wasting time. Let me tell you something. Do you know, after that slam, then I knew that this person looking so well dressed, everything was mentally derailed. At the end, they made me understand this is how you manage them, this is how you treat them. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is powerful. You know, at the end of my stay in that hospital, she became my friend. She became a best friend. I would just start shaking hands with people because I just entered facility. I saw, oh, this lady is looking so fine. I started shaking hands. At first instant, she was not supposed to have a handshake with me. But because something was wrong somewhere, she acted awkwardly. The other way around. So you can see a lot of people in the streets looking so beautiful, looking so handsome, and yet their health is questioned. Yeah, that is why you don't judge people. You don't judge people by their dressing or by what you think they are. Oh, this person is looking so wonderful. I can tell you, I've met people, I've mixed up with people. Both my experience in the general hospital have exposed me to a whole lot. That is why you see people, what you do, number one, by inspection, by your side, by seeing, okay, you are first of all assess this person. Then, before other practical exercise have to come in. So you won't tell me that it is only people that have DNA. Oh, when you see them, you now believe that this thing is. No, it is not all. Some of them could be acquired. Some of them could be through educational system. Now, like if you look at the Nigeria situation today, I knew a young man that anytime he sees me, I come around church, oh, bless me, give me something. And when I saw the guy the other time, it's no longer okay because something has gone wrong. In most cases, when these things are happening, we need our parents to pay close attention. A child that do come home early before 4 o'clock is already at home. All of a sudden,
you don't tell me that someone who is not paying attention to his family members, close ones, are you telling me that person is mentally okay?
See, people are sick differently. According to WHO. Hello, sir. Let me tell you something. What is the definition of health? No, before you argue with me with this statement, what is the definition of health?
Definition of health.
WHO state that health is a complete state, mental, social well-being of an individual.
Yeah.
Complete state. Does it say some states? It did say pathway. Some people are actually having mental problem conditions and they don't know how to go about it. Both at home, both in church, both in secular world, both in families. Now, when you hear a word like this, it will make you assess yourself. You can do a visibility study about yourself. When you see that some things are going in a way, I don't want to use medical terms. I don't want to start speaking long grammar that will confuse many people.
Don't say you're not using medical terms. You're already using it already because
No. Listen. No, see, just listen, my brother. I'm trying to tell you something that ordinarily you will see people, even in a family. Okay, a man who leaves the wife at home and go outside to go and eat, spend lavishly, and he comes back home to come and lie down. The family are there crying, looking for what to eat. You want to tell me that person is heavy? It's not. Something is wrong. Something is wrong because it has to be a complete state. Now, why did the World Health review that the definition and include spiritual? Before it was complete state of social well-being of an individual, physical and social well-being. Not just by the absence of disease or infirmity, but including spiritual. Some people are sick physically, some people are sick mentally, some people are sick socially. If you understand this thing, you will know how to manage people.
Dr. Gabriel,
you can't tell me that you are healthy. You can't tell me you are completely okay when you some things are going the other way around. Yes, please, I'm listening.
Yeah, I love your conversation. I love it so much, and I love your grand analysis. But I'm still telling you, when you are analyzing the whole issues right now, it still boils back to where I'm still saying that everyone is not mentally stable.
Mr. Opposing guest, can I ask you a quick question?
Because if we are mentally stable, we say, this part is complete. This is where you have to address. This is where you don't have to address.
Can I ask you? Calm down. Can I ask you a quick question?
Me, sorry for cutting everybody short.
It's not about being personal here, because now I'm talking to Dr. Gabriel today. Now, if tomorrow Dr. Gabriel changed, so we will not start.
I'm with you.
Can everyone hear me, please?
Yeah,
I can hear you, ma. Please go ahead.
Okay. I will be leaving soon because I have another meeting for 6:15. So, but I'm loving the conversation. I love the way Dr. Gabriel addressed this issue. Thank you very much, Dr. Gabriel. Opposing guest. Let me ask you this question from the example that Dr. Gabriel gave from his own experience at the Neuropsychiatric Hospital Kaduna, where he met that very well-dressed lady who slapped him just because he refused an handshake. I would like to ask you, opposing guest. I don't know your name, sorry. That's why I'm calling you opposing guest.
I'm Mr. Mechi by name.
Okay, Mr. Mechi. I would like to ask you, Mr. Mechi, would you slap a person because the person refused you an handshake?
Sorry, come again.
Good.
Would you, Mr. Amechi, slap a person just because the person refused you an handshake? Would you do that sincerely? It's a yes or no response, please. You don't have to explain. I just need you to say yes or a no.
It's just very straight. Yes or no.
Would you slap a person because the person refused to shake you?
I told you earlier on.
No, I said a yes or no.
See, answer the question. It's very simple.
No, it's a very simple. No. Mr. Mechi.
Answer this yes or no. Because
Mr. Mechi, Mr. Mechi,
just answer the question. It's very simple.
If I will do that or not, because
Mr. Mechi,
Mr.
Mechi, calm down.
Hello, man. Let me.
I will tell you I can fight to myself.
Sister Mercy, let me respond to that. If your answer is either yes or no,
God bless you.
I believe with the host of this program, after this event, maybe we need to also check you to be sure. Because
of course,
if you are saying yes, you are doubting, you don't know what to answer.
Thank you very much.
It shows that something is also wrong. Something is also, you might be in a show. You might be in a show.
Mad. He's trying to say that everybody is mentally
in a show, and yet
doesn't mean
you might be in a show, and yet you are not.
If I may speak, Dr. Gabriel,
did you watch a program where a city minister bully a journalist on the program, on the live show program, and you see how the minister later came to apologize to the whole world? At that time, that minister is not well, it's not stable. Something was wrong.
So that shows that same
but
person
since
you
people
look
have called him to order, you see, he later came to do the needful by apologizing and even paying a ransom. I was supposed to at least take up that case. Why? I came here for my practical example, and why should all this happen?
They start behaving abnormal. So we are mentally unstable.
Only you, not me.
We all are mentally unstable. You say it yourself. Look at the whole statement you've been saying here, and the majority of you are mentally unstable.
Mr. Mechi, you see,
I disagree. You know I'm disagreeing here.
No. Listen.
We all are mentally stable.
I'm going to round up my own section of this conversation from this part, that if you, Mr. Mechi, would answer yes to my question, that an individual asking for
That's
an
just
handshake,
it.
and you say, oh, you don't want handshake, the person says it doesn't want handshake, and you can slap the person outrightly, then you are mentally unstable, then you need psychotherapy, you need help.
Okay.
You
Because
need therapy. You need
normal-
attention,
because-
immediate attention.
because a
I
normal
will even advise.
person who is mentally stable would not give an outright slap to somebody just because the person refused an handshake. Do you understand me? A mentally stable person won't react like that. So if you answer yes to that, it means that you are the one on mentally unstable here, and you're the one that will need help. Maybe Dr. Gabriel can help, actually, So
No,
you
don't need to say that he needs attention. He needs attention.
Exactly.
And we will advise the host of this program to be careful with the person you are sitting. That man you are seated with, please.
You have to be having chaos in the whole world. Because what I'm saying this is very crystal clear. She has been stating it that, okay, would I give a slap to someone because someone refused an handshake? I tell you, I'm not sure about that. Because if I'm sure, I don't know my action tomorrow, you also don't know your action tomorrow. You don't know your action the next minute. So are you going to tell me you are stable? Answer that.
You that is talking, you are not stable. You are not stable.
No,
I will advise the host of this program to watch out for you very well.
Let me tell you something.
It could be a risk to you. Watch out for him very, very well.
No matter what the condition you're in, no matter what, there is something called self-control. No matter how angry you are, there is something called self-control. And that is what differentiates.
It's in your system as a strong observer. You must have it in your system.
And that's what differentiates you from a mentally unstable person. That's what the fact that you can control your anger, the fact that you can control your mood, the fact that you can control your urge. These are some of the things that will differentiate you from a mentally unstable person. Do you understand me right now? I won't slap a person. I won't slap a person because the person is refusing me an handshake, no matter how angry I am, because I'll be able to. I am normal enough to be able to control that anger. Do you understand me?
I want to throw a question to Ms. Roye and Dr. Gabriel. And this is my question. Okay. If we said the whole world is mentally stable, why are we having war? Why are leaders pushing us to fight war? And those are the people who give orders. No, if you can answer that, I will know that, okay, yes. In regard, and those are the people who give orders. And
the only thing I'll just say is, these people, you don't say they are mentally.
Now, listen, let me respond to that. Let me respond to that.
Why do we have positive vibe and
negative
vibe? Because,
listen, you mentioned the word war. Let me tell you something. You mentioned the word war. We will be having war today if people like you will do the needful. If people like you will stand their ground. That man that is telling you to go to war is the stone in the war front. That's the question to ask yourself. Is the daughter in the war front? Okay, most of them that instigate this problem, most of them that instigate this issue you are seeing in the world today, their families are not involved. They are not there. But listen,
do this, do that. Are they mentally stable? If you are mentally stable,
that is what I am. That is what I am. You that is mentally stable. Why not advise and counsel them to do the needful? You will be party to such teaching, because what you are passing to the world will cause more mental problem. People will be more derailed in their thinking, in their reasoning. But you that knows the right thing to do, the Bible says he that knows what to do, he that knows the right thing to do, do it. Do it. Don't be party to those people that think war is the best. War does not bring anything good. War causes destruction. War causes life. The God that created this life for you did not ask you to take it. That's why I was in a meeting. I spoke to people about the power of media, and also let me tell you something. The life of a Muslim is a life. The life of a Christian is a life. The life of a pagan is a life. You are not the one that give this life. You have no power to create this life, so you don't have power to take it. That is why war can never bring anything that is good. What we keep sensitizing the people, informing them to be more responsible about their lives. When you see somebody who is moving on the road, oh, he just shouted and gathered people, and you know that this person is not well, is very sick. Then you that is normal and you are okay, you now come and join the person, you start shouting at the same time. That means the same car that carried that man is also carrying you. So what you need to do, you do the needful by letting people know, hey, there's a situation here. Please put an end to it. Don't do this, don't do that. God is expecting us to do the right thing. Follow his footsteps. The book of John chapter 15 verse 1, he says, I am the vine, the true vine. No man. I am the husbandman, according to the scripture. So what is your own? The word you are saying is the work of the devil. The book of John chapter 10 verse 10. He said the devil come to steal, to kill, to destroy. But Jesus came that we might have life and have it more in abundance.
Yes, I tell you, I disagree with you. I disagree. Absolutely disagree with you.
See, I want to advise the host of this program to watch out for you very well. Please be careful of that man that is sitting close to you. Be very, very careful of that man sitting very close to you.
I have a question here, and the question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You've not answered me the right way you are supposed to answer me. I ask you.
Go ahead, I'm listening. Have you accepted any answers? All these answers we have been giving, you have been opposing it.
The funniest part is he didn't say a yes or a no when he was asked. That is even make it crazier.
He can't say yes because it's not sure of his health. It's not sure of his health.
Dr. Gabriel, are you sure about
it's
your
not
life?
Sure of his health.
Are you sure about your life on this planet Earth too? Can
I
you
didn't
answer
get
that
you.
too? Are you sure about your life
That
on this
what?
planet Earth? Are you sure about your life on
I
this
am
planet
very
Earth?
sure because I know the one that created me. I know the one that sent me here. I'm not just existing. I'm not just filling up space.
No, believe in God.
No, Dr. Gabriel, let me ask you another question. Another question I want to ask you.
Okay.
Since you said you are sure and you are also mentally stable too, right? Like you stated, because I stated it, everyone is not mentally stable. As a medical practitioner, when they brought a sick person to you, what do you say?
Okay.
You said,
when they brought who?
A sick person to your hospital to treat.
If a sick person comes to me, there are procedures.
Hold on, Dr. Gabriel. Hold on. Let me.
There are procedures.
Now, hold on, Miss Laura. This is what happened. This is what you doctors say. He said you could only try your best, and God heals. True or false?
I didn't get that. It's cracking. It's breaking.
Okay. I said when they brought a sick person down to your hospital, what the doctor used, their general terms is, we will try our best, and God heals. True or false?
It's to tell you that even the doctor himself is not just existing. He's existing on the mercy and the grace of God. See, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. No doctor just fall on earth and start existing. You should know that. Somebody gave birth to that doctor. The Bible says in sin did our mother and our parents conceive us. Doctor is not just operating. Doctor has no power of his own. By the grace of God, anything I do medically, I pray for my patients because I believe. Do you know? Let me shock you with one story. There was a patient I was treating. No, listen. This is very important. I want you to listen to this. Listen to me. I had a patient. Can you just listen? Sometimes when you don't listen, you are not passing a message. I have a patient that was brought to me. This patient have gone to several hospitals. No, the treatment was not working. Nothing was working for her. All the drugs was to no avail. In fact, they were even almost giving up on her. But you know, when I look at her, the Spirit of God say, pray before administering any treatment to her. I prayed. And I command the demon that is working against all the medication that was given to this woman. Immediately I gave her medication, I injected her. I'm telling you, believe you me, before the end of that day, she was okay. She was better. She was herself. The medication was. Sometimes there are powers. Go and check the definition of health according to WHO. you will find out that some people are suffering some spiritual attack and don't know where the solution is. But you as a medical professional, you just, oh, a patient has come. Some people don't take time to digest this thing. Even after history taking, after the report you get from a patient, you don't just conclude, oh, let me just start giving. If you can pray a silent prayer. The patient won't even know you are praying. I do it severally. And I keep seeing results because I am not just operating on my own. I have the backing of the Spirit of God with me. Now, why do you think there are demonic hospitals everywhere? There are demonic hospitals everywhere. I knew one of the hospitals where I went for practical experience. Let me tell you, a woman gave birth to a child. The placenta was removed. I was on duty that night. What happened? The doctor said, don't worry. Just what they did coagulation of blood. They gathered some coagulation of blood, making it look like as if it's the placenta that was there. And they just gathered and give to the woman. Unknown to her that the placenta is gone already. If it is not God, some people are suffering. Even so, there are some medical practitioners that have a mental problem, mentally derailed. And if they are not checked, they keep killing people. And that is why you see some occultic authors, occultic powers have agreement with some of those doctors. This agreement is to bring more souls to their kingdom and destroy more lives. So let the truth be said. It's not all doctors that give injections that are true doctors. So you must look at this thing.
Dr. Gabriel, back to what I'm still saying. We are not, we all are not all mentally stable. You know why I'm saying this?
Just say for yourself.
You know why I'm saying this? I will still give you.
Let me tell you something. You don't use that word. It's not everybody that is not. Listen, it's not all men that's not mentally stable. Let me tell you something. I assume, talking to you now, I assume that you are mentally stable. But with your constant disagreement, knowing that I'm speaking the truth. Listen, people that speak like you, they know the truth, and yet they try to shame it away. Some of them have what is called cheese. Some of them suffer. They suffer for hyper-obsessive compulsive. They suffer from mania. They suffer schizophrenia conditions. These are brain conditions. Your brain will interpret something different to you. You need to understand this thing. Grandeur, before you know, you are graduating from one step to another step. You are deducing, you are diminishing. You need an attention. You can't tell me you see the truth and yet you don't accept the truth. The people want the truth. The Bible says the truth you know will set you free.
Set you free.
Like the Bible, they used to lie to us thousands of years ago.
And you know the funniest part? He doesn't believe in God. I told him
that is why I've told you, bringing such a person in your show, you have to watch yourself that is sitting close to him. Watch yourself very, very close. Watch yourself very, very close.
I told him something. You know one thing.
I will call it off here. I have a meeting I need to attend to. You can see I'm in a church. I'm around the place. So I'm just waiting.
Okay. So thanks a lot.
The other call the call is coming on this other phone, so I have to attend to it.
Okay. So thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting me to your program. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Okay. The thing is, we took time, but I know next time we'll make it more. I still have to come online, and because I think once you log out now, I will have to give people reasons. How they have to identify or recognize people who are mentally derailed. Like I wrote some things that
you can actually identify so many of them. Number one, you can identify them by inspection, by the sea of eyes. You see someone, you'll be able to assess this person. How does it look? Is it dressing okay? Even when the dressing is okay. Pleasantry, your greeting hello will tell you, oh, this person respond well. This person is cordial. I think there's something here. Then by the time you keep on conversing with them, you will know. As your conversation graduates from one level to another, you will know. They can't hide it, no matter how they pretend. Some of them are hyper. You will see them. You will just know when you see them. Some, it shows in their attitude. Some, they could be quiet. until you talk to them, you will see the lion in them. So there are so many signs and symptoms for you to identify a mentally derailed person. God bless you. Thank you for this.
Thank you very much, sir.
Dr. Gabriel, God bless you so much for having a decent conversation with you.
So everyone, thanks a lot, Sister Mary Royer and Dr. Gabriel. Austin, I guess Austin is out. Austin is off. The truth is, I'm very sorry for taking more time, because the truth is we started late, and I still have some things to tell the world anywhere you are watching, and those things are things I made sure I must share to people. I wrote them down because I know this conversation might make me, forget them. So I said I must make sure I reach out to people. So now we are moving to the last part of it. Don't mind the guy by my side. Just don't mind him. He's opposing everything we say here. So today, as you all know, what we are doing here today is we're actually talking about how to recognize a well-dressed, mentally derailed person. So I know a lot of people. The reason why I decided to pick this topic is because a lot of people are dying in a relationship. A lot of people are going through issues. Most times you have a friend and you keep wondering, why is this guy, why is this girl like this? Even most of these narcissistic behaviors, it's also mental issues. It's not just bipolar or some other kind of issues that are mentally, as in that means that someone is mentally derailed. There are so many situations, and the main issue is, I don't know about other countries, I don't know about people watching now, or even if you're going to watch later. I know about my country here because I made a little bit of research, and I discovered that most of this most of these tests in the hospital, they are not made affordable. I was telling someone one day, and I posted on my status one day, I said something. I said the people would come to this or should I say, the day these medications, this test were made cheap, as in affordable to everyone in Nigeria, like when it comes to mental health tests. Because the last time I went to the hospital, that was last year, October, November. We took one of our neighbors to the hospital, and I made inquiries. I discovered there's this MRI test they were doing, and it was close to 180-something thousand as we speak. And I know it must have increased by now. Just a test, just tests of the brain. You understand? So, of which we know that an average Nigerian cannot afford such. You just decide, I make I carry my madness, they go like that. Abi, or what do you think? You understand what I'm saying? So, but if it is made affordable to everybody, sincerely speaking, if it is made very, very affordable for everyone in the country, I'm telling you, a lot of people will discover that the person they've been having issues with, the person you find out is acting so weird or strange, you just discover that this person is not actually normal. And also, I was saying, if they make DNA tests very, very affordable for even a common person, like a common man, I'm telling you, you see, once it's made available, if it's affordable, available for everybody to just go and test, I'm telling you, a lot of homes will break. There will be so many broken homes. Like, even when it comes to mental health, so many jobs and all that. But I am not trying to make it because I know a lot of people will be saying, are you trying to make it I'm not this topic, I'm not trying to make you to start stigmatizing people who are mentally derailed. They need your love, they need your care. One of the reasons why we are saying this is so that you can know how to relate with them when you get to see them. It is not like when you see someone now and this person is mentally derailed, you start relating with them in a very, very how do I put it, in a very, very harsh manner. You get to understand that this person is mentally derailed. There's a way you can talk to this person. it's going to be different from the way you talk to other people. You will not just wake up and, hey, are you crazy? Why did you do that? Why? Because the way they will react is different from the way the normal person will react. Imagine you giving someone who is mentally derailed, you are giving the person knife. You look at that. Sorry for the noise if you are hearing the noise at the background. Let's just focus on what we are saying. I still have some things to share. So imagine you giving acting a movie with someone who is mentally derailed, and you say action, and you give the person a knife. And while you give the person knife, you just immediately you start acting, and the person might think, because the person is not normal, the person might think everything you are doing is, maybe you are trying to beat he or she. The person might want to defend his or herself, and in that process stab you. Why? Because they are not okay. They are mentally derailed. They are not stable. So now I would like to there are some of the things I wrote down, and I want us to, because I just don't want to just do a live video without at least letting you all know about this. So in case, the reason why I have to do this, I'm sorry, it's taking longer than it ought to. We're supposed to end this by 6. So, but before we end this show, before we wrap it all up, this is how to recognize the few write-ups that I wrote. So, how to recognize a well-dressed, mentally derailed person. Their reaction to a situation is totally different from a normal person. Like, imagine you stepping on someone and the person is giving you a different violent. I know when you get angry, it's a different ball game. Like, you get angry, you do what you want to do. Like, you just tell the person, why did you do this? Why? The person just says, sorry. Okay, sorry, move this. If it's Nigeria here, sorry, I'm sorry. You stepped on my toe. And you just say, sorry. Don't be angry. Don't be annoyed. But if it's someone who is mentally unstable, they might just turn it to something serious and start trying to fight you. That's number one. Then number two, no matter how well they might dress, once in a while there's an awkward outfit they might tend to wear that indicates there's something wrong with them. So the truth is, today they might dress really, really fine. Maybe that is when the thing is not, their head is not malfunctioning. Then the next 2-3 days, you see them, they might just wear something so odd. Imagine someone wearing a wedding gown to a burial ceremony. How will you see that? That's weird, right? So that's it. Now, number 3, they do awkward things that would make you ask this. Why would he do that? Why would she do that? That's it. They do awkward things. Very strange. Imagine someone, let's just say take for example, if you're a guy or you're a lady watching this, and let's say your wife, maybe you didn't even notice any of this. Maybe you happen to bring your friends, they come visit you, then your wife just walks into the sitting room half naked or with her panties. Or not even that, maybe after washing panties, she comes to spread it maybe at the balcony. As in, that's a bit weird, right? Very, very strange, right? How do you see it? Now, let's move to the 4th one. They can be so violent when they get angry. Yes, they take it to the extreme. Like, it can be very, very violent. So why I'm saying this is, if you're in a relationship and you are sensing some of these signs, please be very careful. You need to watch it. You need to really have deep conversation with your partner, most especially if they are violent, if they are always having, maybe when you guys have issues, they start hitting you or giving you kicks, blow, or when you have issues with your girlfriend, she comes back and she destroys everything in your house, like break all the TV, break the glasses, the windows, out of anger. There's something wrong. It's not ordinary. Then number 5, take your time and discuss deeply with them. But trust me, if you are very observant, you will see there's always a switch of attitude. And most times, a weird response troops in. Yes, like they are always, on and off, on and off. like the guy I told you I invited for my TV series, and I asked him just a simple question. I said, okay, you were too serious with your parts. It's just a comedy. It's not something serious. Just flow with the whole thing. Just flow with us. He was like, eh? I act very well. Okay, I can't song. I do it. So I was like, I looked at him and I was like, okay, this is how you act, right? In movies, which of the movies? And he was like, okay. So the next thing, when I said something, I've forgotten what I said, and he was like, don't you ever do that again. You know what I'm saying? That's weird, right? So the sixth one, once in a while, you will keep noticing their awkward behaviors, which is quite different from the normal. Now imagine a man seeing nothing wrong, telling his kids that it is good to beat a woman. You know what happened in Nigeria? That was months back. A gospel artist. She died recently. And her husband was like, okay, the kids confessed that was what her husband was saying, their father, that it's good to beat a woman. So is that not weird? Now, okay, imagine a lady tell you if you don't beat her in a relationship, you don't love her. That's madness. That person is not okay. Now, imagine a man rape a child that is just 2 years of age. Is he okay? A man of 60 years of age, is he okay? He is not okay. Hello, he is not okay. Now, another one is, imagine a guy trying to sneak into his neighbor's house just to rape her, as in an old woman of about 60, while he is just 20. As in, and not as if the woman has any sexual or any kind of looks. She looks old, sagged body, like, you know what it is now? Like when someone is already shrinked and a boy of 20 wants to rape someone like that, is he okay? He's not. Then imagine a guy invite his customer to his house just to kill and bury her. And when he was asked, he said he just looked at her and felt like strangling her, and that he felt really calm after killing her. And why he was asked why he did that, he said he just had the urge to do so. So is it normal? No, it's not. So that's just it. My conclusion to everyone watching, I don't know the countries you are watching this. I don't know where you are watching from, but right here in Nigeria, we just need to know and know this and have peace. Let's just know this and know it all. That not like I'm trying to say we should stigmatize people. You understand? What I'm just saying is we should be very, very careful with the way we relate with people in public. You understand? Not everybody you see. Like I remember one day, today, yes, it was today at the salon, a lady was like, it's not everybody. She said it in Yoruba because like you know, the way they put it in their language, but somehow it's also related to everyone is not mentally stable. I know he's saying that everybody is mentally stable, but I'm trying to make you understand I'm not crazy. You understand? He's saying everyone is not, but I am mentally stable. I don't know about him. So it's good to have you guys in the house, and thank you very much for staying tuned. And if you're just coming in, more blessings. Take your time, watch this video. If you're in a relationship, try your possible best, or even if you are married and you see any of those signs, just know that there's something wrong with the person you are living with. I'm not trying to break homes. I'm just trying to let people know the signs. So have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for the guests. Thank you so much, Austin, Namani. Thank you for Mary Royer. Thank you for Mr. Gabriel. Mr. Gabriel, thanks a lot, Dr. Gabriel, and thank you, Amechi Austin.
Thank you.
My opposer. So we're about to go. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Peace. Goodbye.